This is the Mercedes AMG C63, and it is, well, I mean, you know what it is. It's the fast version of the C-Class. It's been given the AMG treatment, which is the equivalent of BMW's M3 or Lexus RCF, I suppose, if you like. So it costs about £60,000. This one is the S, which is the faster of two versions, which means it costs £67,000 in the UK, and it is quite powerful, actually. Mercedes reckons the most powerful in its class. As standard, it's got 470 horsepower. This S version has got 503, which is a lot, because an M3 has got, what, 420, the Lexus has got 470, but the Lexus weighs the other side of 1,800 kilos, and this weighs about the same as a BMW. It's at 1655, so should be remarkably fast. So what's new about it? Well, the big news, obviously, is the fact that it no longer has the large 6.2 litre naturally aspirated V8, downsized, smaller 4 litre V8 with two turbos that nestle actually in between the cylinder banks. They don't sit at the sides of the V. They sit in the top of the V, which makes it very compact. So what else is different about it? Well, it's got a longer nose with bigger vents for the cooling. It's got 19-inch alloys as standard on this one. This one's on ceramic brakes, actually, which are an expensive option, as you would imagine. Inside, this is fairly sort of C-Class stuff, really. You've got the shiny black piano stuff with squared off steering wheel, unfortunately, and some AMG highlights, but it's fairly standard C-Classy stuff. What I have got on here, obviously, because you always do, is selectable drive modes. Individual, comfort, sport plus and race on this S version. Individual means you can tweak some of the damper settings and things and save them to your own taste. But let's start in comfort and see what we've got, and we'll go for a drive. So in comfort, what's it like? Well, the ride is a bit firmer than a standard C-Class, as you would think, but it's not uncomfortable. It's very well controlled, and these seats, actually, although supportive, are very comfortable too. So no dramas there. Gearbox is responsive enough, just on the way out of corners. You wouldn't mind if it kicked down a shade quicker, but then we're on comfort, so that's all right. Steering's got a good weight to it, actually, sort of middling weight and speed. Weight builds up just as you get a bit of lock on and some force through the tyres. Let's go through into sport. Gives me a bit more weight through the steering. You just get a little bit of extra urge from the gear shift, which is quite pleasant, actually, and quite handy. So moving through again into Sport Plus. Now the exhaust has kicked in, as you can probably tell. Crikey, that is a good noise, isn't it? That is a good noise. Two turbos, but you wouldn't know. You don't hear them. And throttle response, certainly on the road from low revs, is good. I changed up then for it because I didn't think it was going to. I think it might just run all the way to the red line if you let it in Sport Plus. Actually, probably if you're in Sport Plus, you might as well stick it in manual, hadn't you, and do the shifts yourself. Yeah, and here, you know what, this is a nice car. It gives more back hourly than an M4 or M3 does, because it's got more cylinders, which is pleasant, and it's louder, I reckon, than an RCF. Yeah, this is the sort of thing you want. I think this is the sort of thing that you want from a modern muscle sports car. It engages and it talks to you. The steering's weighted up really, really nicely now. The body control is tight, and it's got all that stuff that, you know, you could drive it spiritedly on the road up to the point where you're safe and you're having fun. You don't have to go absolutely ballistic in it to get some enjoyment back from it. I think that's quite important on a road car. But for now, on the road, I think this is nicely focused, nicely damped. Yeah, that's good, you know. I like it rather a lot. But let's head to the circuit. Not everybody will use a C63 on the track, certainly, but if you want to get the best out of it, we'll go to the track, we'll do a few corners, and we'll see what it's like over there. Right, so we're now at the Portimao circuit, which is a really good circuit actually, really good circuit in southern Portugal. And I've got everything, as you would think, turned up to 11. One exception at the moment, I've got DSC on. Let's put it in sport handling mode and see what kind of track response we get. So it revs nice and cleanly through to 7, runs into a soft limiter. Oh, it just allows a little bit of slip. Oh, but it really slows itself well. Just feel that ESC just starting to get involved a touch. Well, it just leaves a little bit of, it allows a little bit of slippage before it cuts in. But fundamentally, it feels really pleasingly balanced. You know, it's got that benign front engine rear drive balance to it with quite a long wheelbase. A little bit of initial understeer, of course there always is. You could quell it probably, try it in a minute when we go for the all-off ESC. You can probably quell it by braking into the corner a bit more. It's really nice actually, yeah you can. Right, let's go for some ESC off action. Right, that's off, and let's see now what she's going to do. Oh yes, this thing has got some balance to it. What I worried about with a turbocharged engine is that you lose that sort of throttle adjustability, so when it starts sliding it's sometimes hard to meter out because you lift off but the turbos keep spinning, you come back on, the turbos take a while to spool up, and that can make for a car that is not quite as adjustable as you would think. Tell you what, I like this car more and more and more, and it just has that nice sort of German feel to it that it kind of feels like it would do it forever, or until you wore through the back tyres anyway. Oh, this is a belting car. This is an absolute belter. Yeah, hats off AMG. This is something else. It really is. So if you buy a C63, will you promise me you'll invest in a set of tyres and take it to a circuit and do this? Because I promise you, you will have the time of your life.